Hello and welcome to We Be Jammin. This is your host for the evening, Pharaoh Keys of the Heavy Hitters. I'm out here in Montgomery, West Virginia, doing We Be Jammin today. So I'm in a little different area, but it's all for a good cause. Just a little update. The Heavy Hitters was out there playing the Bill Withers Festival today because his birthday was last weekend, this weekend, one of those, which is a historic thing because it just started becoming a festival. It just started becoming a history lesson for Bill Withers, and a lot of people don't realize that he was from West Virginia. So getting a chance to get out there and honor him as a musician and as a forerunner for soul and funk music, it's great. Today is, as Big Jack said when we was backstage, it's a young man's show today. So I got a couple people that's gonna be popping in and out, uh, just to talk about their musical journey, way back when they were playing music, the things that they're getting ready to do now, things that are getting ready to happen in the future, and we're gonna show some of the things that are happening in West Virginia as far as the in the hip hop realm. Just because it's a movement that most cities don't get to see, and this was something that came out came out of one idea and has blown up into something spectacular. And I really like to share it. So, just bringing on my guests, I'm bringing on the incredible, the incomparable Smoochie B Trippin'. What's up, Smoochie?
Hello, hello, hello.
How you doing?
I am good. I'm good. Making it. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
Good. All right, Smoochie. So you've had I had you on last time. We were talking about the big show that you was getting ready to do,
hmm
and that seemed to go successful because you got some really incredible things getting ready to happen.
Yes.
So why don't you tell everybody about what's getting ready to come to fruition?
Yes. So pretty much within that show that I created, like I said, it was what my podcast reality show is, the Smoochie's World, and I kind of just formed a show on my own for myself, and I'm like, you know what, let me elevate everybody else's platform because I'm really big on hitting gems, hitting talent. So I wanted to kind of combine like people's music that isn't really heard. So I was like, okay, if they can perform, then I want to work with them. So we put together that show, and it was very successful. I did not think that it would be the turnout that it was. So it did really great numbers. And like I said, as we were performing and stuff, I was also filming. So my head had to be in host, artist, and executive producer mode. So that's like three different things going on, and it kind of opened up the door to where I've connected with, her name is DJ Rose, shout out to her, in the past. She was like, I see you doing your thing with like these artists, and you're like, she's like, now you're taking on the role of like management, and you're an artist yourself, and you're taking on all these roles. So she's like, because of your dedication, I want to work with you again. And I'm like, what does that entail? And from there, she opened up the door for me to come on as again a background dancer and a host for the R&B Loves Tequila tour. And we're opening up for like different like YK Nice, Life Jennings, Sunshine Anderson. So it's different hip hop R&B artists. And I think it's like a 10 city tour. So yeah, we started in Atlanta in August, and then along with that, I just kind of push for myself and push for my own. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and build some more momentum up. So I started my own tour, hence the Still Tripping tour with Smoochie and Friends. And yeah, first show was in Montgomery not too long ago. We got a show coming up in Charleston. From there, we go to Morgantown. Then we go to Charlotte. And yeah, then we're back to the R&B Loves Tequila tour. So a lot of different things. I'm all over the place, but for right now, I'm glad to be home.
Yeah, yeah. Which is cool that it went from it. This is the thing that happens with music, and I love it. It goes from one show can sprout multiple shows.
Yep.
It's like any kind of flower, any kind of even germ, if you want to go that way. It's like
Yep.
once somebody gets it, it just spreads like wildfire. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that we're gonna touch on today, and we're gonna listen to some of the Dear West Virginia uh,
Okay.
videos that have popped off, just because that's something that started with an idea, and then
Yeah.
it just sprouted into something amazing, to the point where they were like, we should have it our own award show,
Mm-hmm.
and they did it. They did
Yep.
it. So
Absolutely.
why don't you uh, tell us about the different artists that you have? Who is now on the roster? Who's going to be on the tour? Uh, the Smoochie the Tripping tour. Who's going to be on it?
Gotcha. So the Smoochie Still Tripping tour. I have my two. I pretty much consider them my two headliners because I first worked with them before everybody else. So we have Louis J and Religion. Louis J is hip hop, definitely social media influencer for sure. He comes from that big following, and he's originally from West Virginia. And originally, me and him connected through high school. He was in show choir. He was like in the acapella group at G Dub, and if he's watching this or if he hears this, he's going to want me to say he was the beatboxer in the acapella show choir. So I'm gonna give him that. But after that, we just kind of kept in touch, like very little. But I was just like hearing his music, and it was one of those things where I'm like, he has something. And I'm really big on if I can hear somebody's music and I can visualize different things with it, I'm like, okay, they actually have something going on. So I had reached out to him. It was like I think it might actually be a year ago in a week that me and him connected and worked with each other. And our first show was in Huntington, West Virginia last year. So ever since then, it's just been a success. And I kind of grew what Smoochie's World is now based off of him along with Religion, who originally Religion is from Chicago, lives in Maryland. And so I just wanted both of them on the tour, honestly, because they're both R&B, they're hip hop, melodically, they're very versatile whenever it comes to anything like that. So I feel like overall they're both really good whenever it comes to if I need an artist, I can call them and they can get the crowd moving for whatever the audience is. They're always willing to adapt to whatever the audience and stuff is. And I always tell them as a performer, you got to know how to do that. So we got Louis J, we got Religion. Then we have Haven. He's from West Virginia as well. He is another show choir. I'm not gonna give him too much. He comes from the show choir world as well. He is more so a vocalist. He's gonna want me to say that he's a 3-time grand champion as well. However,
What's
yes,
cool?
he's also very versatile. He can give you wherever you want to go. If you want to go to Jamaica 1 minute, then you want to go back to West Virginia, then you want to go to the club. He's very versatile with his music, so I very much appreciate that. And I think me and him connected more so as well because he also comes from like the small town church background. So, he has that voice, everything, he's been through growing up, his family, stuff like that. So that's what made me connect with him as well. Then we have Tris RX, we have KO World, we have Kazi Too High, we have Dioji, we have Adaptive Gemini, we have JQ, we have Big Reap. And yeah, so they're all hip hop artists. They're from all over. I literally all of my artists range. When people are like, so where are y'all coming from? I'm like, all over. We're literally West Virginia, Louisville, Kentucky, Charlotte, North Carolina, Maryland, DC, and South Carolina.
That's a lot of different styles. I mean,
yeah, that's literally Smoochie's world, if that makes sense. So we're from all over the place. And a lot of times, I learned within the last show, I'm like, it's a lot of different personalities. However, the music always outweighs the personality, regardless of, whatever the audience is and stuff like that. So they do a good job. And I felt like that, like I said, they just wanted that boost. They were like, you did a really good job piecing together like this show, and we should, consider future more shows. And originally I didn't want to do it to where I was just like, wherever the roads lead. But then the door opened up and I was like, all right, we're able to do this. So anything to promote the next artist or business or anything. I just did it. And so originally it was, like I said, the name, everybody knows Smoochie Be Tripping is that. But then whenever I was thinking about the tour and the last show, somebody was like, I said something crazy on the mic. Y'all see that in like the next episode of Smoochie's World. And somebody's like, nah, Smoochie still tripping. So when it clicked, it hit me and I was like, the Still Tripping tour. So that's literally like how the name came to be. And like I said,
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
wanted to side into Smoochie's world, and like all of our artists is all from all over. So that's where we're at with the Still Tripping tour. It's R&B, it's melodic, it's musical theater, it's everything. So it's definitely an experience that I definitely want everybody to catch.
And they will, because it is something. It's pretty amazing to see. You got a lot of different styles
Yeah,
of hip hop and of
sure.
rap, like so. There's never gonna it's never gonna be boring. It's never gonna sound the same because there's a lot. They coming from a lot of different areas, a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different states. They had a lot of different influences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both North Carolina and South Carolina, how close they are, they
Mm-hmm.
have two totally different styles when it comes to hip hop. Same
Literally.
with DC and Maryland. DC and
Yeah.
Maryland, two polar opposite sides in the
Yep.
hip hop game. So
Mm-hmm.
it's that's interesting. Did you ever find a DJ?
I didn't. I've talked to two of them. I still have to confirm which one I'm gonna go with. So if you're a DJ out there in the Charleston, West Virginia area, hit my phone for July 17th on Friday.
Hey,
I'm on the same.
you need a DJ to go with you everywhere. That's what
That
you
part.
go everywhere. Go everywhere.
That part.
You're working. Or you might just have to do it. You might just have to get on the wheels and still. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Literally.
All right, we're gonna pause real quick. We're gonna listen to our first Dear West Virginia. Like I said, we're listening to these just because it's something that sparked from an idea, and that's pretty much what today is all about. Is
Absolutely.
thinking about what could come from the spark of an idea, and it was just an idea and a beat that was made and was created, and then it it blew up in a fantastic way. I mean, it got a little messy, but that's just
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
rappers do,
That's
and
gonna come regardless.
that's what social media is, and that's how
Right.
things happen. But it still stayed fun. It still stayed
Mm-hmm.
true to its word, and it was amazing. So we're gonna listen to this first one, and it is somebody we know and that we saw as kids, and we knew that he
Right.
was an incredible singer from way back when, but now he's his own artist in his own world. We're gonna
Oh,
listen to
okay.
Billy.
Gotcha.
Let me full screen this.
Miles, where have you been? Yeah. Yeah, from up the road, I'm a fed baby. Grandmama home, pray for the bread daily. We always needed those prayers. We was raised by the tribe, and the neighbor beat your ass if you was caught up in the lie. And that's a fact, we ain't hide behind no gun, but you might just catch a bat like an alley cat. Shoot a fade, run the ones, nothing after that. Ain't trying to take nobody's son, we ain't proud of that. Hey, yeah, family's too close in this hood to see the aftermath. Man, we too close out the hood, even after crash. Pray the legacy is blow before the rapture pass. Me and neighbor listen to HO without the VA. Had to tell all these out-of-state hoes we not from VA. Could've left, but I always stay home, cause I love my state. Could've bought me a house to stay home, but I love these rates. We behind on everything, so no surprise that we late. We at the gate, going down us a plate. Cause we been minding down since the time to this day. It's a shame they had to find us enslaved. This is black by God, grew up with cold dust on our hands. They trapped by God and switch the codes up with their hands. Real rap by God, they twist their nose up at your land. Big facts by God, they wanna know what's up with the plan. They won't know, say they wanna know what's up with the plan. Hey, yeah. Billy. Miles, where have you been?
like I said, we we knew him growing up, so
Literally.
to see him do that and to see him be in that different light, it's really mixed because we watched him as
Absolutely.
kids. Like,
And I will say too, like at first, whenever they had like originally dropped the idea of Dear West Virginia, I definitely thought that it was more so for rappers. But I do like that Cameron kind of thought outside the box.
yeah,
And he didn't give that. So it was something different. I definitely love that. Also, shout out to Blank Slate Visuals, who always do a phenomenal job on their videos, who just film cameras. Y'all already know to hit me up. Period. But yeah, overall, yeah, Cameron definitely did his thing.
That's his. Yeah, he did his thing, and his music video was out of this world. Like it was something that most people don't even get to see in small towns. But again, off an idea, sparked an idea, and he ran with it, and they ran with it, and it became something else. I got a couple more queued up, so we're gonna keep rocking with this. So you also have something new that's happening. What, August, September? It'll be. So why don't you tell the people what you're gonna be? What your next adventure is gonna be? It's not next adventure because you already done it before,
right? Just a different position.
Yeah, you're on the other side of it now,
right? So, just here recently, I decided to step back into the show choir world, and no, not as a performer, ladies and gentlemen. However, I am now the new assistant director and consultant for Riverside High School show choir, melodic fusion, and yeah, originally, I was in show choir I competed 3 years, and going back even after that with Mr. Hardy, I was a mentor, so I would always go back and assist whenever I could. And now stepping into like the full role as like I have to be an adult and I can only be the assistant director. And yeah, so I mean I feel like it's gonna have its pros and cons. I'm not in show choir no more, so that's obviously always different from being in show choir than teaching and coaching. So, but I'm definitely excited. I do feel as though that I have learned a lot throughout the years from multiple mentors, multiple teachers that I know that I can coach these kids to their full potential where they need to be, how I can grow performers, how they can grow as one as a choir, because that is the key word. And yeah, it's just going to be different. Like I said, I don't know who trusted me to be an adult, and they offered me the position. So I am back as Coach Smoochie this time. No Smoochie be tripping. And yeah, it's, I guess, teacher by day, superstar by night. That's my new title. So
explain what a show choir coach, what is your role going to be versus like, so you have your just to break it down, because some states still don't have show choir, or they gotten rid of show choir over the years. Why not? Show choir is what the TV show Glee was supposed to show about, where these performers get up and they sing and dance, and it's all part of one thing. It's pretty much a class on how to become a stage performer, whether that's Broadway, whether that's on the rock and roll pop side, however you want to call it. It's really how to become a performer. It's really how to dance and sing at the same time. It's how to multitask while listening to whoever's playing the music behind you, how to be in front of a crowd. Like, it's a whole lot of stuff that comes into the factors of being a part of a show choir. And then they have their regular teacher. They have a regular teacher who teaches them during the day. So what will your role be? What is your expectation for this coming up?
Got you. So my role is pretty much, I am going to come in and I am going to assist with, shout out to Brooke Smolder. I'm going to assist with the choreography. I'm going to tweak these vocals. I'm going to make them the best that they can be. I'm going to work on blocking. I'm going to work on staging. I am going to get these kids in shape, which kind of goes hand in hand for me since I have the tour coming up as well. So we're running, we're getting on the track, like we're being active, because that plays a lot into their stamina, their endurance, and things like that. So I pretty much just fall in where Miss Gray, their full-time director, she's like, you know what, you have been here throughout the years to know like what you need to do in regards to show choir, and I want to be able to more so. I don't want to tell these kids what to do, but like I said, I do want to mentor, because whenever I was in choir, I realized that all of us were different, and that's really what made the show choir. But more so, as in, just like you said, this person will want to be on Broadway. The next person might want a song on the radio. Somebody might be in this to get into voice acting. Somebody want to be a public speaker. So show choir pretty much helps all of those things like come into tuition. So I want to be able to like really tap into like what these kids want to do and allow them to figure it out through show choir. And I feel like I can do that. With also the education aspect, there's the core subjects that you can also instill in choir. I was not no A+ student. I was not no B honor roll student. We're not going to talk about my grade point average. However, incorporating show choir into my core subjects helped me educationally. So, you know, you have the math aspect when learning counts, learning how to get to a spot in a certain amount of time. You have English, which is the lyrics, and history, where, you know, who composed the song, where does it come from, the root of the word. You have science. What is the theory? How can I get from this spot to over there? And there's so many things. So, and luckily, like I said, Mr. Hardy was able to instill that in me. And I want to be able to do the same for these kids, because it helped. And because of the performer that I am today, if they choose to be performers after high school, or growing up, I feel as though that plays a big part. So I think that's really where I come into play. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stars, you know, hidden. They just don't have the right mentorship to bring it out. And I think another thing specifically for this group is consistency. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to want to pursue anything within the entertainment industry. So, yeah, I just feel like me stepping into this role, I feel like it kind of sounds conceited for me to say, but I feel like I'm the right person to do this. Only because I'm thinking about the kids more so, you know, like the perks that come along with the job. Now, however, what am I expecting from this group? We're making finals. There's no and if or buts about it. If I can at least get one grand champion underneath my belt any kind of way possible my first year, can't nobody say nothing to me. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of these kids are, especially in this generation, they are soft. And so I feel like the industry is definitely not that. And so I feel like the soft launch to that is show choir. So they might as well just let me step in and, you know, give them that teaching, as in, this is what the industry is, this is what it's not. So let's figure out like what you want to do. Right. Let's figure out if this is for you. And a lot of times, you know, whether you may not be right for show choir, they also have a show band, they have stage crew. There's little things that you can ease into to figure out if that's what you want to do, if you want to be a performer and things like that. But yeah, I am going to push these kids to their full ability. I don't care who huff and puff. I don't care who throws stuff. I don't care. It's giving lunch detention and get back on the stage. I'm not like, we're not kicking no performance out. No, you're going to be the best in this choir. No questions about it. So yeah.
That's funny. Lunch detention is.
Yeah, we're not getting suspended, because then we got to reblock a whole show. We're not doing that. So
right.
Just go to lunch detention, learn your lesson, and then come back and be quiet. Let's get this trophy.
Right. Yeah. That is, it's different that kids are different now, but they are also more apt to do things like, yeah, they're, you know, we don't yell at kids like the old people did us.
Right.
Like,
right.
Like our teachers yelled, they don't yell anymore, which is fine, you know, but they're more apt to be performers because they are a YouTube into Vine, into TikTok generation. Like, they're more apt to do things. Like, it was weird for us to try to sing and dance in front of our friends at school, but now it's like a normal thing to do. Like, oh, we just doing TikTok dances. Like, that's it. You know, you do it in front of the whole school if you could, but it was weird for us. But
yeah,
and we also had Glee, and people had this preconceived notion of what show choir was, and then when it was not like that because we weren't singing and dancing in the cafeteria or out on the quad, or when we broke out in song, there wasn't a full band behind us.
Right.
That turned into something different,
Yes, it is definitely not that. However, I will say that too, which I know at times is different. If you're walking into show choir thinking that you are going to have a Glee, High School Musical, victorious moment, anything like that, no.
I mean, it can happen. It can happen.
It can happen. However,
Mr. Hardy came in and
be focused on the competition show, and we don't got time to play in weekly lessons for y'all to perform whatever songs y'all want to perform.
Right. that was the thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I love those kinds of shows because they highlighted a thing. It's something that schools have that most people ignore.
Yeah.
But the fact that they have full arrangements of pop songs every week.
Yeah.
Or in their school day, one day somebody can sing a full arrangement of the song, and then the next day somebody can sing a totally different arrangement of a totally different song. I was like, that's tough when you have to go to science.
Yeah. Literally.
When you have an English test throughout the week, that's real tough.
Yeah, I can't walk in the choir room and say, hit it, and then they automatically know what song I'm going to sing. Yeah. It's not that.
Yeah, or first line of the song, and your background singers know what key you in. The band is already locked in. They know all the steps. They know all the moves.
Literally,
like, it's not like that. It's a lot of hard work. But once you get it down, I mean, I learned my love for musicals through show choir. Like I didn't know that I liked musicals until I was in one. You know what I mean? Like, being in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, being in Beauty and the Beast really showed me like, man, I really do like this. Like even if it's just in the background or in the band or whatever, I really do like doing these kinds of things. So you're in a good space to build the next generation, or you might get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different kids that'll come out and break out into what's going to happen. I see it every day. Out playing and out performing, and you can see the kids that were in show choir because they perform just a little bit differently than everybody else.
I can definitely spot a show choir kid from a mile away.
As our band, the Heavy Hitters, is John was a show choir kid, and he went to Capitol, so he was under a legend.
Yeah,
and the way he performs in front of people is totally different than a person who didn't perform in their life and they picked it up later on. It's like he has mannerisms and stage presence that people have to learn how to get. Already got it. The same with you. When you perform differently than most people. Like, even in your rap shows, you're gonna have tons of rappers, but when you get up on stage, your stage presence is different because you've learned like how to grab hold of a crowd that really don't really care about you. You sit in a high school auditorium and you win best performer. That's hard. You know what I mean? Out of all those kids, you saw me.
And I think too, like, I guess that's what kind of played a role into like me wanting to be assistant, is because even whenever I was in show choir, I would like study the show in and out, and I would always, like, how can I make this better, or how as a unit can we make this better? So it would always help to like pitch ideas to, either the director or choreographer, stuff like that. Like, I feel as though we can do, and that comes into as well as like being a team player. So I felt like I was always one to do that, and I always wanted everything to be like I don't want to say perfected, but that's kind of like what you aim for, especially when you want to win. And so, like I said, I was a person that kind of learned like the music, the dance moves, the staging, everything like through and through. And so that's why, going into the assistant director role, that plays a big part. So I'm glad that I kind of picked up on that along the way as I was in it, coming out of it, and now back in it as well as the director.
You gonna do the Renee Hardy and sit in the dark in the back and call out people as they mess up?
No, I'm gonna have some alumni do that. Yeah. I'm
gonna
have some alumni do that.
She was real good to be like incognito. And nope, that was wrong. Nope, you miscount. Yep. You went left, everybody went right.
Mm-hmm. And one of our goals this year is to utilize the alumni as much as we can. And I do feel as though we do have some alumni that had a great eye for like watching stuff and like, this is what needs to be worked on. This is what, so I'm definitely going to utilize that as much as possible to my ability.
Which is good. Especially you get your alumni involved, and if one of them makes it big or is a millionaire, they'll drop a little water in the bucket. I'll always be shocked with like seeing I can't even remember the long snapper's name, but seeing like Randy Moss at the school, like I was always shocked when that happened. And it was just, we just happened to go to a school where one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history happened to go to. But
literally.
All right, so we're gonna hop over and listen to another one of these Dear West Virginians. Like I said, we're listening to these because it sparked from an idea, just like the iron sharpening iron universe. It sparked from an idea, and then it spread like wildfire. And I just want to showcase this today. So we're gonna showcase, and this is Adrian Michael.
Okay.
White boys out the window yelling nigga to me. Stuck up in my city, gotta listen to me. Fighting with the air, that's what the fiends do. Michael Jackson junkies, they gon' show you what that lean do. It's shitty hoes, lame ass niggas trying to steal your videos. Hit them up, they don't reply, I guess that's how it really goes. It's fine. Stay in my own lane and take my time. Call my mountain mama, tell her take me home. I'm from Black by God, so let me show you what we really on. Better come and see exactly who we be. Love letters been flying around, shout out Alicia Lee. I hope I said your name right. Don't know you, but you beautiful and powerful. And blessed from your head down to your toe cuticles. It's wonderful. You put on for your state, your love is moneyful. Land it up in here, you know that's what we make this money for. This is my love. Gotta let the beat build, gotta show them how to let the beat build. Hey, when you say gotta let the beat build, gotta show them, gotta. Outside the track was on the block. When it was really hot, you go to bar, you need a drink, so stuck that money in your sock. They not where I'm from, they never had to carry boiler pots. Monticello baby shooting shots from the corner shop. I was on the beat, 80 got the heat, I pray to God I make a change before it's time to meet, Please save my soul, swerving on these roads, Sometimes I get lost and I don't know which way to go, I'm on shit, dropping bomb shit, tally bomb shit. Back to my state, I used to love her on my calm shit, fiends out on the corner screaming, give it to me. White boys out they window screaming nigga to me. Gotta keep it real, gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it real, gotta keep it real.
His video was tough too. That's my first
that was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. That was my first time seeing his music video. That was
that's one of my favorite ones that I saw It was pretty much everybody's favorite one. Everybody loved that one. Just because of the beat switch, because the rhyme flow was totally different. And being from a small town, you don't expect that for somebody. So
right, yeah. Shut up to him.
All right, Smoochie. So we're gonna talk about some ideas that you've got coming up. Let's talk about how you format your show, because this is something that a lot of people don't know that goes into performing. They sometimes people think that we just get up there and just play song, and then we play another song, and then we play another song, play another song. But there's a lot of thought process that goes into building a show. How are you going to go about that as with multiple artists?
Got you. So pretty much the way that originally I created the first show, it was kind of like a mic cipher, and pretty much the way that I open up the show is, this is a Smoochie's World thing. So you have artists all around the globe, and it's kind of like the Sound of Music 2.0. You're going to hear and literally hit and feel every different genre. So I pretty much opened the show with that. I want everybody to get lost in the music, and regardless of say the artist name, yell it out, see how the audience reacts to it. All right, I'm gonna pull out my first heavy hitter that I think I know is gonna turn the crowd up. So I kind of build the show off of who I feel is a great opener, and I listen to everybody's music individually to kind of figure that out, like the order, the lineup, and sometimes I switch it up too based on the show, the venue, whatever the case is. So whoever I think is a strong opener to second to who is in the middle, then we're going to throw a DJ mix in between to keep the audience engaged. They're going to turn up, they're going to dance, do whatever. Then I'm going to bring in, after intermission, somebody else, a heavy hitter, going to have to come in just to get the crowd excited. Because a lot of people, live performances, yes, they like them, but they can't suck. So you want all of your performers to be the ones that grab people's attention. And personally, I said this to myself the other day. I feel like we need to go back to the time where everybody started booing people that do suck. That's just me. I don't know how y'all feel about that. But yeah, you just have to, I kind of just figure out musically what sounds better in a show live. And that kind of comes into that falls under being a creative director. And whenever I did the mic cipher, like I said, who do you think the audience want to hear? How are they responding? How are they reacting? So then that way, all of my artists know to be on go. So now I can be like, all right, if I need to switch the order, we can do it just like that. The DJ already got the list, the set list, we're good. So we can just go on. So yeah, like I said, you have to adapt to, I always say, read the room before the room reads you. And what that means is learn your audience as soon as you hit, because when I'm hosting, I go out there, I open, nobody else opens but me. So I'm like, all right, how are they going to respond to it? So my opening set is a medley. You got old school songs, new school songs, the ratchet music, the party music, all of that is in my medley. So then that way I can see what type of audience that we have. And based off of that, I'm like, all right, y'all, I got the audience hooked. Whoever up next, we got to go for it. And so we have the order backstage. Everybody knows who's going. So then we take it and we run with it. And that's really how the show forms itself.
That's cool. That's dope. That's
dope.
Now, so are you in this tour? So, all right. So let's break it down. Let's break it down, because I've been studying a lot of artists lately, especially because we're getting to a point where our stage shows are pretty not elaborate. They could be a little more elaborate, but they're getting to the point where our transitions, our intros, our outros, they're all planned out, but they all flow within each other, and we all know what's going to happen on stage and stuff like that.
Yep.
We haven't gotten to the point where we're like how T-Pain or Teddy Swims at Coachella are, you know what I mean? But their set design is a part of the show, you know what I mean? Their costumes are a part of the show. Are y'all getting into something like that, or is everybody still individual? Are you setting up the stage a certain way? Are they collabing with each other so that way you have two artists, one that might be coming on later doing a song with somebody that's going first or second? Like, what's how are you building this
Gotcha.
your Wu-Tang clan as you
Gotcha. Got you. So, yes, a lot of them are starting to collab with each other, and I think because of the first show, everybody wanted to see, like what their music was like, how they perform, what their sound would be like together. And I'm always able to be like, I think you would sound good with this person, or melodically, this person goes good with this rapper. So we kind of piece it together like that. They'll send beats to each other. I'll say yay or nay, and that's kind of so they do collab with each other to where they can pop in, pop out in different sets. So that helps out a lot. What I try to do with each show as well is kind of create a theme based on the venue to where we can coordinate. So, for example, the show on Friday, July 17th, y'all come out to that in Charleston at Waterways at the amphitheater. It's backyard beach, and literally, it's water park, beach, pool, luau, Miami Beach, like that whole vibe. And you want it to be like, I'm telling them, I'm like, y'all, we gotta come swagged out, but it's gotta give summertime because that's what it is. So, like what is it that MTV used to have in the summertime? I forgot what it used to be called.
Is spring break? You talk about spring break?
Or, that thing. And I kind of wanted to incorporate that.
They also had a summer one. MTV also had a summer one, or BT had a summer one.
Yeah,
BT had a summer one. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But
so when MTV used to bring like their different stars and stuff like that, whoever's music was popping or out on the scene, that's what I try to do with them. So like I said, just different themes that kind of make sense to like where the venue is or who we are as a unit. And so that way people can be like, okay, this is a show. Now with this one, it will be more so lights and cameras, and because it's also as I'm doing these shows, I'm literally preparing for Smoochie's World Season 2. So filming has to be done as well. So now everything has to look a lot bigger than what it is, if that makes sense, because I want to make sure that the audience get the full experience, whether they're there or not. So yeah. So I'm very big on let me go and tour the facility or the venue so that I can see what I need to bring, what I need to get. And because like I said, I wanted to be a big production, without going broke, bankrupt, anything like that. Just however we can make it to where everybody's like, all right, they're actually doing something. So this is a good show, something that people are going to want to pay to see and things like that. But you're not going to get the same show every time. So that's what I strive to do. It's going to be different every time.
Yeah. Right. Now you doing it. You doing stuff that people have to realize that that's what goes into a show. Like, so the Heavy Hitters opened up for a Prince tribute band yesterday at Lava Millennium. I mean, this guy had the outfits. He had his costume changes built in. He had the guitars. He had the dance moves. He had his hair done. Before the show, he had to get the right vocal processing on the microphone so that way it sounded like what Prince would use on the mic. Like, it went down to, I need this effect while I'm singing, and the guitar needs this effect, and the bass players, the background vocals needs this effect on it, and like the keyboard player had to route through a certain way, and he was running Ableton, and he was running a click track, and he was running this and that, and like he got there. He got to the levee at 2. They didn't finish setting up until 5. That's how much work went into making sure that
and the audience never gets to see like that type of stuff. Anything backstage, they don't know about. They're coming and they're like, okay, this is the final product. That's all they get. They don't get the preparation. They don't get like the setbacks or anything like that. And for me, I think that's another reason why I want to do Smoochie's World, because I'm like, a lot of people don't see that. And so my camera people, they film it. And I'm like, that's what I want them to see. Because, for example, like I said, the episode is getting ready to come up soon. my venue canceled on me 3 days before the show went on. And for a second, I'm like, all right, cameras down. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, keep them up because I want them to see. Obviously, everything is not what it seems. You have to have some struggle to, get to where you need to be. Yep. And so I'm like, just keep the cameras up, keep it rolling. And so, like I said, it helps out in the long run because I think people start to value what you do a little bit more whenever they see everything that you had to overcome and then the final product. Like, we've done all of this work and then this is what it is. And it's kind of crazy because it's like the struggle be like a whole season long and then try to be like one episode. So it's kind of crazy how it works out. But yeah. I understand that things get pushed back. This setback, it's insane.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. The amount of no's and the amount of things change and the amount like we were fighting the rain yesterday, and it was. I got a call before I went down there. And it was like, hey, can y'all good, right? We still good. Everybody coming down. Not 10 minutes later, I got a call. It was like the rains will be coming in at exactly this time. So can y'all cut your set down? And then it was, all right, we're gonna push their set up. We're gonna cut y'all set down, and we're gonna try to beat the rain. If we can beat the rain, it's fine. And then it was 3 meteorologists sitting on the stage talking about they'll be done when it hits, and then you're going to need at least 20, 30 minutes, and then it's going to pass, and you'll be good. But they're on stage looking at their radars, talking to each other, like meteorologists are talking to each other about our show to make sure that it can still go on. Like radars out, talking about cold fronts and warm fronts, and this is coming from here and it's coming from over there, and about this, like we sit over there like, just make sure our stuff don't get wet.
Literally.
Like this people were frustrated that they cut part of the show and it got delayed a little bit, but all in all, that's stuff we expect.
Yeah.
Like, you go play outside at a venue, you gotta expect the weather. It could be real hot. It could have snowed yesterday. Like
you gotta adapt. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you have to literally think on your feet. You gotta be quick.
You played the show with me where we were up in Pennsylvania and the wind caught underneath the cymbal, and the cymbal floated up in the air and it floated away. And we had to go chase it.
It was knocking over microphone stands. It was knocking over everything.
It was taking stuff out. It was crashing all over the place. Yeah, that stuff you gotta expect. It's a part of.
I only appreciated that win that one time when we was there, and I can't remember what Michael Jackson song I performed. That was the only time I appreciated the win when the Michael Jackson song came out.
That's funny. Yeah, you did get your own. Like it came into place for you. It did.
Like perfect timing.
I remember that. Yeah. So, now we got the big question, because we talked about your artists and we talked about all the prep into the show. So is Smoochie gonna come out with his original music?
Yes. I've been writing a whole lot more since then. But now I just need to get in the booth. I feel like majority of my time is my artists sending in their music, and I guess as management, I have to listen, say yay or nay, what sounds good, tell them to tweak this, that, and the third. And so now it's to the point where they're like, well, you keep writing for us, or we want you to hop on ours. When are you going to release something? So I'm like, when do I have the time to? So now that I'm opening up like a little bit more time, I will most definitely be hopping in the studio soon. So then that way I can record, I can put out this single, I can get this EP done, and all will be well. Because to be honest, like I said, I have a lot of ideas, and I've talked to one of my videographers that I've worked with. I want to do a music video for the first single as well that I'm gonna put out for him in Montgomery. And then I have another one, Mr. Be Trippin', that one is going to be like, that one's going to be a hot track, as well as just hopping on a few other tracks with a few other people. So I definitely feel like my voice should have been out by now. However, just things get switched up, things change. So, like I said, now that I'm about to be a teacher by day, superstar by night, or whatever, it's about that time for me to
get in the booth.
Yeah.
I keep saying it. You playing it out. No,
literally.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, we know. We know it's hard. Like I said, the heavy hitters haven't gotten to that point yet. We haven't recorded.
Mm-hmm.
We performing it everywhere for everybody. We still oh yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Big Jack. And yeah, I was gonna ask you this too. When we gonna get everybody on the stage? When we gonna get the artists on? Yeah, we gotta.
You just let me know the time and the date, and I will coordinate everybody else. Only because so my artist is these people where it's like, if Smoochie don't tell us, we're not gonna know. So I can literally be like, who's free this day? And I hit them up, they come. So whenever you let me know the date and the time, I'll bring the rest of them up.
All right. So let's go ahead and coordinate this out. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it on that day. Let's do July 25th. We having all of y'all need a name. Y'all need a name. Like
see, somebody else said that, but I just don't want one. I don't know why.
Like Wu-Tang, like
somebody called it the what was it, the musical Avengers or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I was like,
I'll take that. Let's go next month. We're gonna have the musical Avengers, and then I'm gonna have a couple other rappers from all over to come on. We just gonna have a hip hop month in July. That's what it's gonna be. Hip hop in July. Speaking of months, man, this has been June is Black Music Appreciation Month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of my favorite sites to we could do it. Yeah, we could do that. How about July 12th?
July 12th?
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay, let's do it. Pencil it in, Big Jack. We on it. July 12th, Iron Sharpening Iron Show. We're going to have the house full, hip-hop artists. We're going to be talking. I'm going to call up Monster Lung. I'm going to call up my boy Travis. I'm going to call up 66240. We just going to be talking. We'll be talking. So my favorite place to find new music is the Tiny Desk performance. And right now they've been showcasing a lot of Black artists, especially because of BET, who's not doing music anymore. And the thing about that is, and this goes with an idea can spark something incredible, Mr. 106 in Park, Bow Wow, who's going to be in West Virginia, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting ready to come to West Virginia.
I got my Like Mike jersey ready. I'm getting on that stage to dance background with him. I'm ready.
He is putting the Tiny Desk concerts on national TV. Like his performance is going to be televised, where the Tiny Desk is just YouTube. Like you only find it on YouTube. You can't listen to it anywhere else other than YouTube. It's the first time that it's going to be televised, and it's because Mr. 106 in Park was a big contribution to getting
absolutely
hip hop and R&B into the living rooms and back rooms and side rooms and of people. And like that freestyle birthed a lot of different artists, and you know, his music as he grew up started the whole thing. Like the he's a part of the soundtrack for the millennials, and
Yeah.
uh, so it's crazy to think of how an idea like the Tiny Desk bringing on Mr. 106 apart could spark a uh, a national push, which is already, I mean, it's already national. It's an
Yeah.
international show. It's on the internet. It's the
Mhm.
international show, but
Yeah.
now it's getting ready to be pushed out even farther because Bow Wow's reaches a little bit farther, just
Yeah.
a little bit, just a hair,
Yeah.
just a hair. You know, he can get on live right now and a million people just the top one,
Literally.
and he could just be sitting there, like, you know.
Hmm. And I feel like he did that not too long ago with B2K, and I was like, he ain't even saying nothing, but
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
still tuned
He
in.
was just on there with them.
Yeah,
They was doing all the talking, but
literally.
everybody came out to see what Bow Wow was gonna say. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But I went all that to say, explain to the people what Smoochie's World is.
Yeah. So Smoochies were overall. I like to say it is the series within itself. There was two worlds I kind of wanted to put together, and I felt like nobody really did it like this. So me being the creative person, crazy person that I am, I wanted to try something new where I kind of combined both worlds, where podcast met reality TV, and then along the lines, just like you were talking about, like with 106 in Park. Whenever it comes to like live performances or people like wanting to promote their music, like, oh, I'm gonna release on this day, I kind of wanted to incorporate all of that into one show. And so that's kind of what I did with Smoochie's World, where um, you get part podcast segment versus reality TV. You're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get like either a mic drop or live performance that I'm going to feature, and then you're also going to get different ads. I have friends that have clothing brands. They do music, launch dates, all of that. So I kind of incorporate all of that into one, to where that's really like what the Smoochies World series is. And then overall, Smoochies World is just really about, like, the quote that I go with for my show is, if you reach for the stars, you might just become one. So I feel like, it takes a team, regardless of if people want to say that, they did it on their own. You may have done the work on your own, but sometimes you need other people to help you elevate, promote things and stuff like that. And I've realized that, like, with the people that I work with, my artists, production, and all of that, we're a lot better and stronger whenever we work together versus separate. And the numbers don't lie. So we've all seen that. We've valued that in each other. So we know, like, I try to play to everybody's strengths and never to anybody's weaknesses. So I feel like overall, Smoochie's World is like this entertainment platform, to where if you want us to promote you doing live stream, you doing a podcast, TV series, short film, anything like that, I can pretty much help you creative, with the creative direction in regards to how you need to go about it, help you write, produce, pitch it to the right person, put something together. And that's pretty much what Smoochie's World is. I feel like a lot of times people think that Smoochie's World is a label. I am no Lucius Lyon. I do not want my own record label, and this is not Empire, and I cannot sign you. So it is definitely not that. However, I will point you in the direction to where you need to go. Thankfully, because of me being in, doing professional background dancing, acting, commercial stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much like the overall gist of the Smooches World platform.
The funny thing is that, you know, it unofficially you could
Oh, hold on. He went away. Hold on, we got.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Disconnected somewhere.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Okay. You can hear me, can't see me, right?
Correct.
All right. I don't know what happened. But it's okay. We're gonna keep on rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. So we have another date. July 15th. I probably can't do it. Oh, that's a June. One's a Wednesday. 12th is Sunday. Y'all got July 15th? You can do July 15th?
July 15th. Yep, that'll work too.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna listen to one more, and then we're gonna keep talking. Sorry, it cut out, and I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my camera. So we're gonna listen to the legend in the game.
So we saying July 15th instead of the 12th, right?
Yeah, July 15th. Let's do that. Wednesday is much better. Much better. We're gonna listen to a legend in the game. This is Monster London.
Though you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. Dear West V, you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. This is a love letter to my home West V. Let me tell the story on this beat by Miles T. See, me and Crystal Father both laid the blueprint. How to document the truth and make sure to represent from Logtown, Holla, and Midland Trail, Smithers, Morgantown, all part of my town. I hope with Tracy Shelton and PG Green, Steve Berg, me, my brother Gandhi chased that dream. Willie Edwards, Tony Thompson was something to see. We won that AAA championship in '83. Watch DJ John quit from Dunbar, practice his craft. Love the coach Henry Dickinson for keeping me on the path to keep working when times get harder. 40 years of mentoring kids since Camp Washington Carter. Teach them how to deal with all obstacles. Leave a legacy like Kitty Dooley and Charlie Marsh. Yeah, West V, you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. Dear West V, you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. Dear West V, we got to do better. Places like Dow got me writing this letter. High cancer rates throughout the state. The water's bad, though. You can tell by the taste. They are cutting funding and programs for the people, caging us up and calling us illegal. Nothing new, yo. We seen this sequel. Flipping the word, saying it's not equal. Shaking my head at the audacity, like we ain't surviving floods and catastrophes. So tell your family and tell your squad that more than ever we need black by God. And art camps like my father, that's right, that cultivate youth into leaders and scholars. And that's why I wrote this letter to the 35th state. We will overcome this political hate. Dear West V, you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. Dear West V, you'll always be a place I call home where I feel so free. Sometimes we argue and we don't agree, but we take care of each other. Means the world to me. Dear West V, you'll always be a place I
my camera's still not working, but it's okay. He's one of the old school cats that they have a collective, man. They have a just like what you built. They have one of, and they're a little bit older than you guys, but they have a collective, and we was just at his birthday party show. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me, Tyreek? Smoochie? Okay, let me back out. I'm gonna back out. Be right back. All right, got to working on this here. Got it back. Got it back. All right, got back in it. I think y'all can hear me still. I'm gonna share one more of the West Dear West V's because this is something that, like I said, this is an idea that sparked out of nowhere. Came from a beat that somebody sent out to everybody. You could just go online and just pick up the beat and just rap to it, and it sparked an amazing turnout. It really had an amazing turnout that you don't get to see in a small town. So we're gonna play this last one, and then we gonna call the show, and we'll be back. We're gonna be back on July 15th for the Big Jack Storytime with a collab, which is a big thing in music that people need to do more of, is collaborating together. We're gonna collab with Big Jack Storytime, bringing on a house full of rappers. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time of just talking about their craft and talking about everything that could be done in the music industry, what could be done for each other. It might even spark, maybe it'll even spark a couple collabs that nobody would see happen. It might be a couple new artists that get together. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that it's going to be a good time of people just talking about the music that they love and the music that they have created to voice their opinions, especially about their state, about their lives, about what they're going through. I can't find. Let's do this one. So here's the last one, and then we'll be out, and I'll see you on July.
Miles, where have you been?
Hey, Jammin. Oh, Simon, what was the number today? 304. 304? Yeah.
Charlietown, USA, west of VA. It's in God we trust, and in trust we pray. 365, 24/7, stomping grounds, wild and wonderful, almost heaven. We the Mideast, and we can reach down and touch the South. Mistake us for Virginia, somebody cuss you out. There's no place like home. The roots run deep, every bond is close knit, and we move to one beat. From the concrete corners to the back of the hollers, it's hard work on our turf. Blue collar for $1, blood, sweat, and real tears. Slow grind, no rushing. Elbow grease, thick as coal dust with no fussing. Mountain mentality in all actuality. Area code 304 is where we proud to be. Country roads, you can take me home and let me lounge in the place where I belong. Dear West Virginia, my heart is with you. So wherever this road leads, it started with you. With me and you, it's up and it's stuck like crazy glue. I'm always gonna bleed honey gold and navy blue.
Hey, Jammin. Oh, Simon, what was the number today? 304. 304? Yeah.
Granny in the kitchen humming hymns low. Wind chimes on the back porch colliding as the wind blow. WVU game on the tube. Die hard fans stressing so they bet not lose. Hard times never shook us. That's what it took to push us. If God be for us, it's hard to overlook us. Us against the world is family vibes. With kinfolk across the map. Family ties, learn to cope with the struggle, keep the trauma in. Never meet a stranger, I'm sure we know your mama now. Chapter 55 counties, no exemptions. And when you give us our flowers, make them rhododendrons. Dear West Virginia, my heart is with you. So wherever this road leads, it started with you. With me and you, it's up and it's stuck like crazy glue. I'm always gonna bleed honey gold and navy.
Thank y'all for being with me on the We Be Jammin podcast. Get up on out of here. July 15th, we're going to be back on the Big Jack Storytime. And then July Last Saturday in the month of July, we're gonna be back with brand new artists. I think I have a live band lined up that's gonna get up on the stage and jam out for us and show us their music. Uh, so I can't wait for y'all to see what's going on. Thank you for your time. I'm Carol Keys. Peace out.